My mum was a pretty remarkable woman. She passed away a few months ago. She married Dad in the 1960s, had a couple of kids, and raised a normal family. But before she met Dad, during the 1950s, she did a lot. She travelled all over Australia and New Zealand, and she had a remarkable time and did remarkable things. Her fondest memories from her travels were from the time she spent working on Magnetic Island for a couple of years, starting in 1956. Yesterday I flew from my home in Canberra to Cairns. I've got a bunch of photos that Mum took while she was up here in 1956. So over the next few days I'm going to travel from Cairns to Townsville and finally to Magnetic Island and see if I can't recreate some of those photos for myself. The first stop is at the Boulders at Babinda. It's a place where Mum and her friends used to like to come to have picnics and hang out for weekends. It's also the site of the first photo I want to try and replicate. So many years have passed since Mum was here, I've got absolutely no idea whether or not this is going to work out. But this is definitely the right place. There's just one slight problem. So things have changed since Mum was here. I'll just have to improvise. Not too bad, but not exact. I'd hoped for better. Now it's on down to Townsville, overnight there, and then catch the ferry out to Magnetic Island. I can see straight away why Mum liked it here so much. Before I start trying to match the photos, I just want to check out some of the other places that Mum used to talk about.
Last week with Joan and Jean we walked up to the forts. Had to climb rocks through dense bush. Wouldn't have liked to have been the soldiers who had to cut all the gear up there. Built on a high hill during the war, they command a perfect view of the sea for miles out.
It's time to get started. I decided to begin with the Alma Den Resort, where Mum used to work. But straight away it's obvious that over the intervening decades, things have changed a hell of a lot. The results of trying to replicate the photo aren't really satisfactory, but I have a lot more luck with Alma Bay. I did manage to find the house where Mum stayed, but there was nobody home, so I couldn't get permission to use the photo that I took. And now it's time to try and replicate the most important photo of all. This one was Mum's favourite, and it's mine as well. Okay, using Google Satellite View, I think I've worked out where Mum took the photo from. With any luck, this road will take me all the way up to the top. Or maybe not. Terrific. More walking. If I'd known I was in for this much hiking, I would have made sure I was a lot fitter before I headed out on this trip. As I head up the hill, I start to wonder if this is all going to work out. I've had pretty mixed results so far, and after all this time, can I really expect somewhere like that to be pretty much the same as it was 56 years ago? This is definitely the right place. Even the rock that Mum sat on is easily identifiable. So there's only one thing left to do. I think I can definitely call this one a success. At the end of the day, I can see why Mum loved it here so much. And I'm glad that I was able to accomplish what I set out to do. My only real regret is that I didn't come up here before Mum passed away. We've got shared memories of this place. It's just a pity we weren't able to share them together.